Hello, I'm Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is my April 2026 Media Journal Recap. At the end of March, I forgot to show you my little calendar that I was using for the month of April. Well, here it is. It looks chaotic, but it's doing the purpose that I intended. Each day is divided into 9 boxes, and the 9 boxes all have something that they're supposed to take care of. So in one area, I have when I have books due at our local library, and then another spot is where audiobooks that I get through apps are due. It just is so much easier to help keep track of some of that stuff. But I also made another change. I changed the size and layout of how my little sections are going to be in the journal. So that way I'm not doing only 4 things on a spread. I can do potentially up to 8. But I knew I needed to get that going, so I started putting in all of the books and movies and games from April so far. I will say there are 2 books that are potentially going to be done in the next few days, but as of recording, they were nowhere near done. So I didn't even count them as done. So I was going through writing in some of my ratings for one of the books I did finish. And it's like, all right, what did these numbers mean again? Because I wrote on a sticky note when I finished the book my thoughts and all of that. So it's like, all right, that's good enough for now. And the stuff that I don't have entered in on these, I'm hoping I will pull from when I started the book to here. That's a habit that I've been very bad with. But I will say this month so far has not been as good book-wise or movie-wise, really. Like, there's a book that could easily be in my top 3. However, as of the day of doing this, I was not done with it. So, I can't fully say that it would be in my top 3. Unless I can somehow make it last until May. But I don't want to push a book that I'm like 80% done with another 2 weeks. Because that wouldn't be fair. And it's also due back next week, I believe. So, I gotta get it done. So, this month, my top 3 ended up all being movies. And I had a couple days, right, where I just was wanting to watch some movies and try to escape reality a little bit because we had some nasty weather and I needed a distraction. So, movies it was. And I'll say right now, since I was adjusting how I'm doing my layouts here, this is one of those spots where I messed up slightly. I wrote the rating number instead of just putting however many dots, and I was saying to myself right before doing this, oh, we're just going to put the dots, that'll be good enough. But obviously I did not follow through on that. But I have a few things that I'm still trying to read through, play through. Like, I technically could have finished off one of the video games this last weekend streaming, but I didn't. Maybe I'll finish it this coming weekend. We'll see. But I'm getting close on a couple games, and then it's figuring out games to replace them. So there's some stuff I'm still trying to figure out. And all of that fun. But here I decided, since this is all games and movies, I'm just going to put in the tape, fill it in as I'm going, just to make this go a little bit quicker. Because I have some things that I've been thinking about, like when it comes to movies, I've noticed I'm only putting thoughts on there if it wasn't as good as I hoped. And for me, a movie I actually was hoping was going to be better did not turn out as good as I'd hoped. And it really, really frustrated me, considering I know quite a bit about the subject that the movie was based on. And it's like, you're missing some details here that actually help the story. And also, you have some stuff very wrong, but it is what it is. And there's not much I can do about that. But I went on a movie watching spree. I will say, I did omit 2 movies here because I watched them back in February as well, and I didn't want to repeat them. And I just felt like I didn't need to put them in my journal twice. But yes, obviously, you can see kind of what movie I was disappointed in. I was sad about that one because I like my scary movies, and the one I was looking forward to watching wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. But, like I said, it was really quick for this month because I've been doing a lot of other things, getting some stuff done, and just getting to have a weekend where I could just binge watch 6 movies. Sometimes you need to have that. And then on this page, there's 2 books I did not mark because they are the 2 that are close to being done. And they're both on this little tracker here, so it is what it is. So I threw in my top 3 movies, and I called it a day because it's one of them days. So, thanks for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!